welcome back to my channel. Welcome to today's car boot sale haul video. I got some bangers today. Now, I repacked the trolley at one point, so it's not in the order I bought it, and it might be a bit mixed up, but I repacked it to try and protect some of the breakables, and it's just what I did because I've just knocked the trolley over. So, here is my very heavy trolley. And here is the thing that fell out of it and rolled across the floor as I dropped it. It is a Whittard of Chelsea large mug. I've not seen this one before, and when I did a Google image search, this one didn't come up. So it must be somewhat of a rarity. It's got a tea crust inside, so it needs a bit of a good scrub. But apart from that, it's in very good condition, despite the fact that I've just dropped it and rolled it across the floor. I paid £5 for this. It is the folio edition of James Morris Pax Britannica. So 3 editions, three books: Heaven's Command, Pax Britannica, and Farewell the Trumpets. This person had a lot of folio books. It's a house clearance guy and had a lot of folio books. He was doing £3 each, but he wanted £5 on this one. And I did look at some of the others and decided that I'd already spent quite a lot of money today and I wasn't going to go on it. But completeds on this one seem to be coming in at around 25, 30, 40, 50. So I thought it was worth going a £5 on it. It weighs an absolute ton. I'm going to put that one to one side because it came off of Steve's store with some other stuff. So at least I can show you what I paid all in one. And this is the last thing that I bought, and this was also a £5. And this is just a bit of an unknown for me. The brand is Chiaramente. Chiaramente, made in Italy. This is an XL, which isn't that big. Again, I looked up completed and sold and couldn't find anything that made me think it wouldn't be worth buying. This is a 66% wool, 28% nylon, 2% acrylic, blah, 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 2% polyester. It's just a very nice cardigan with gorgeous hot pink lining, and it looked like it would be quality. That's my kind of unknown punt, really, that one. I say unknown punt, but kind of an educated guess based on the label and the way it looks and stuff like that. I paid £1 for this Trimline phone, and the reason I bought it was because I sold this exact one a few weeks ago, so that will be a very easy relist. In lovely condition, straightforward, sell similar, job done. Quick and simple relist on that one. I paid £1. Been a very dropsy day. I paid £1 for this, and it is coming on cruise with me. It is the Gavin and Stacey quiz book. I thought this would be fun for all of us. I think we're all Gavin and Stacey fans. There's a lot of quiz questions in here. I'm going to take that on cruise with us. I think that'll be entertaining for all concerned. Another 2 books that I paid 50p each for. This one is for Tammy. I know she likes Marianne Keyes. I don't know if she's read this one, but the lady was so keen to sell some stuff. I think she'd had a quiet morning. She recommended this one to me. I've never read any Jojo Moyes. I know lots of people read her a lot. I know she's very popular, but I've never read any, and this lady said that this one was really, really good. So I've got Someone Else's Shoes. It says, meet Sam. She's not got much, but she's grateful for what she has. A job she's just about clinging on to, a family who depend on her for everything. She knows she's one bad day away from losing it all, and she just hopes today isn't it. Meet Nisha. She's got everything she ever dreamed of and more. A phenomenally rich husband, an international lifestyle, but she's just been locked out of it, all of it, after her husband initiates divorce proceedings. Sam and Nisha should never have crossed paths, but after a bag mix-up at the gym, their lives become intertwined, even as they spiral out of control. Each blames the other as they feel increasingly invisible, forgotten, lost, and desperately alone, but they're not. No woman is an island. Look around. Family, friends, strangers, even the woman you believe just ruined your life might turn out to be your best friend, because together you can do everything, like take back what is yours. It looks interesting, and like I said, this lady recommended it very, very highly, so I decided I would give that a go. And like I said, she wanted 50p each on her books, so one for Tammy, one for me. I paid £2 for a stainless steel potato ricer in its box, which reminded me as I bought it that I have a message outstanding from one of you guys about the last one I bought, so I need to message you. I'll do that after this call. £2 for that one. I'm running out of places to put things already. I've got a lot of mugs in here, and as I said, I just knocked the trolley over, so let's hope they survived. These 2 comforters were 50p each from the same ladies I got the books from. They're just Georgia Asda comforters, but for 50p I always grab them. 3 mugs from Sue this morning. One is an Orla Kylie. I've just sold an Orla Kylie mug that I had listed for ages and ages, just gone. And then these 2 are Tate. So Tate, Unity Peg for Tate Colours mug, and Tate, a pattern paper by Enid Marks from a specimen book of pattern paper design for and in use at the Coleman Press 1928 for the Tate Archive. A couple of Tate modern museum mugs. Also from Sue's stall, Otis Breaks the Internet. It was £1. It is the personalised board game starring the best dog in town. So I guess it's a board game that you can get personalised for your dog. I don't know. I've never seen it. The board game is called Yappy. And presumably they got it personalised for their dog, Otis. I only know one person with a dog called Otis. And I don't know her well enough to take her a board game. And he doesn't look like this dog here. But I thought that was quite interesting. I thought it was interesting. And for a quid, it was worth picking it up for sheerness. Right, I bought a lot of clothing, all from the same lady. And it was £8 for 10 items. She had everything on £1 an item. And when I said I got 10, she'd all give me 8 quid. So that was nice. This is JD Williams, new with tags. Would probably fit me, but I would look a dog's dinner. It's just a very, very straight waffle knit dress. But it is brand new with its tags. It's a size 24, no, 20 to 22. So maybe it wouldn't fit me. Maybe it'd look like a second skin. Because that's slightly smaller than I'm currently in. But it does have pockets. Pockety, pockety, pockety. I also got this jacket. And at the time that I bought it, I did think I might have to put it on. Because I didn't wear my coat this morning. And it was a bit chilly. But again, it's a 22, so it might not fit. But it's JD Williams, size 22. And it doesn't look like it's been worn very much. It's just a very simple plain jersey jacket. And then lots of pairs of jeans. There's 3 mugs coming out next because I sandwiched them in. Lots of pairs of jeans. I think Tammy will probably have a rummage through and see if any of them fit her, but they are assorted sizes. So these are George at Asda and they're a size 22, so they'll be too big for Tammy. But that's just a white skinny jean, jeggings really. Get the 3 mugs out of the way, we'll come back to them. And then these are JD Williams 24/7 skinny, size 22 regular, skinny black jeans. Again, I think they'll be too big for Tammy, so it may be that none of this stuff is any good for Tam, but I'll let her have a quick look in case any of it is. George Wonder Fit jeans in a size 22 to 24. Unfortunately, slightly too small for me, slightly too big for Ed. This is for me. If it doesn't fit me now, maybe I'll slim down into my Christmas. It says, "Look at me, being all festive and shit." And I thought that was quite funny. So that'll be my Christmas t-shirt next year. This year, really. We're only about 7 months away from Christmas, I think. Another pair of jeans. Again, these are Erin jeggings from George in a size 20. Denim 365 Kate crop jeggings in a size 20. Where are these from? I don't know where you get Denim 365 from. I don't recognise the label as any particular place. If you know, I should imagine they're supermarket. If you know where Denim 365 jeans are from, do let me know. I'm putting ones that I think might fit Nat down there, but they should be far too big for Nat, really. There's another pair of the Erin ones. Again, size 20. They should be huge on Nat now because she's gone way down from where she was. And lastly, M&S size 22. So they'll be far too big for Nat again, I'm sure. But yeah, £8 for all of that. I thought it was definitely worth picking that up. Also from Sue, for £2, Cath Kidston Queen's plates. Don't see Cath Kidston plates very often, so I was like, oh, we'll have those. I'll definitely run that space. The 3 mugs that I took out and put on one side are all the Wren Daydream design. 2 different designs. So we've got one of the sunrise or sunset, whichever it's meant to be, and 2 of the flower power ones. And yet they're all from the Daydream range, so yeah. They are possibly unused. They've got price stickers still on the bottom. £2 for a mint velvet jumper. Quite a nice design. Looks quite big, but I think it would be too short for me, and it's definitely not jumper weather. It says it's an XL, and I don't know what mint velvet think they are. Think their XL is. You can never tell. Nearly done. Apart from Steve's stuff. 50p for this pair of kids' Crocs. They will have to go through the washing machine because they are pretty grubby, but they are genuine. Oh, on the floor. They are genuine Crocs. So they can have a quick whiz around the washing machine before they get listed. A little bit scuffed, but not too bad. And from the same lady, 3 for 50p on these little reindeer ducks. Now I have done all our cruising ducks, but I'm going to add these 3 in because they were cute. 3 for 50p, they can go in as well. I paid £2 from the lady who I bought the 3 mugs from for this jigsaw handbag. I picked it up and said, how much did you want for this? She said £5. I said, okay, thank you, and put it down because £5 was more than I wanted to pay. And then she said, oh, well, I'll take less. And I was like, okay, well, how much, you know, how much would you like to do? And she went, I don't know. And I said, well, the thing is, I don't want to give more than £2. She said, £2 is fine. So it is quite a nice handbag. It's got one of those big flap that unzips all around and then flaps down the front. It's got a large pocket on the back, which is absolutely full of fluff. I don't know if you can see all the fluff in there. And then a zip away pocket at the back there. And quite a lot more fluff on the inside. So it does need a good defluffing, but it's leather. It's heavy. It feels very nice. It's a lovely bag. Definitely a nice pickup for £2. I wouldn't have been keen to pay a fiver for it. Unless it was for myself. If it had been for myself, then I probably would have paid a bit more happily. I tend to pay more on things that I'm going to keep for myself because I'm not tight-fisted about what I'm going to keep for myself. But if I'm buying to sell, then I need to be looking at my profit margins by the time you've paid fees and all the rest of it. Blah, blah, blah. The last stuff is from Steve, and I paid £8 all in. No, I didn't. I paid £10 all in because I was on £8, and then I asked him and then I asked Keith about adding this in. This is from the Whatever It Takes stuff that the celebrities do. I think they did, to raise money for the Whatever It Takes charity. This is the Give Love a Chance designed by Penelope Cruz plate. I've sold the mugs multiple times. I've never seen the plates. I didn't know the plates existed. It says numbered edition, so this is number 3A532. And here is Penelope Cruz's design all over the back. I think what we've established is that Penelope Cruz may be willing to do something for charity, but an artist she ain't. Having said that, I'm not an artist either. I haven't looked it up. I don't know what it's worth. I've sold the mugs quite successfully, but I don't know about the plate. Let's have a quick look. The box is quite damaged. The box has got squished. Apparently other people who also joined in were Sir Bob Geldof, Gwen Stefani, Ozzy Osbourne, Paul Smith, Phil Collins, Susan Sarandon, Heidi Klum, Ronnie Wood, Pierce Brosnan. So looking at current listings, there's a George Clooney one that's listed at $12.99. There's a Mini Drive listed at $16.32. David Bowie is listed at $39.99. There's Clooney again, Ewan McGregor. Let's have a look at sold rather than listing there. Ewan McGregor can paint. Ewan McGregor's done a proper what is it when you paint with water? Watercolour. He's done a proper job. I can see lots of solds. Quite a few of the solds are mug and plate sets. There's a Penelope Cruz one, and that went for $33.91 in the States. It was originally listed at $67.81. Bear in mind, this is a conversion into English money. So it was originally listed at $67.81, sold half price. So they put a 50% sale on it. That's the only Penelope Cruz one I can see. Average sales on the plates, unless you are Ozzy Osbourne or David Bowie, are 20 to 25, 30. Still worth having, isn't it? It's a shame it's not the Ozzy Osbourne one. So that theoretically cost me £2 because we'd already added all my stuff up to 8 before I added that on and made it 10. So this is what I got for my 8. There are 2 mugs. This one is Trouble in Paradise. I cannot read that signature. And I cannot do a Google image search because you're on my phone. But it looks like Erica something. It looks like Erica Otter. But that doesn't seem like it makes sense. The artwork is called When Body Parts Migrate, which I thought was very apt. That could be me and Tammy on there with our droopy bodies. I'll look it up properly in a bit. And then there's this one, which is Putting the World to Rights. Inside it says Putting the World to Rights. It says Pass the Biscuits. There are 2 ladies chatting over a fence. On the bottom it says, well, thank goodness we've got all that cleared up. Oh, I know. There are Vi and Dot. It says, Made in England, we're very proud, Hudson Middleton, and it is by Sam Toff. Again, no idea of any value on that. Never seen those before. This caught my eye because I love the movie Big. I've seen the movie Big many times. And Zoltar is the machine in Big that tells his fortune and makes him into a big bloke. And this is a Zoltar fortune-telling deck. 1 pack of the cards is sealed, 1 pack is open. Zoltar speaks. So do you remember the film Big with Tom Hanks? Basically, he puts his coin in, it tells him his fortune. I think he makes a wish and he wishes to be big, and the thing is, he wakes up next morning, he's a boy in a grown man's body. All of the cards have a different fortune on, so I'm going to pick one and tell my fortune, okay? I'm just going to cut the pack at random with my eyes shut. Here is my fortune. You're judged by what you do, not by what you say. Talk is cheap. Actions are the true measure of someone's character. Align your deeds with your high-minded words and your metal will shine. If your actions are noble and pure, your nature will be obvious to all. No words will be necessary. Embrace the power of integrity. It is the cornerstone of trust and authenticity. Deeds, not talk, are an admiration and respect. Remember, however, that this works both ways. A bad deed will follow you forever, and no amount of words can undo the damage it does to how you are perceived. Consider your actions carefully beforehand, and then move forward with your plans ready to make your words reality and your dreams come true. Your lucky numbers are 41, 29, 60, 56, 94 and 37. Perhaps I should do a lottery ticket. I thought that was an interesting thing. I've looked at completed and sold. It sells for a tenner brand new, so there's not a huge lot of resale in it, but I still thought it was interesting. We're still in my Steve £8. I got this for myself. It is handmade by the Crafty Sheep Company, and it's just a little patchwork dog. He must have had a tag at some point around his neck. I'll cut his bit of string off. But I really liked him. He can sit on my shelf with my other curios. 2 little comforters. When I first picked this up, I went, oh, it's a Jellycat Verdita duck. But the label is very washed out and it doesn't look right. It doesn't look like a Jellycat label. So I'm wondering if it's somewhere else. Again, a Google image search will tell me, but I can't do one while you're on the phone. And then this one is a Jojo Maman Bebe. Jojo Maman Bebe. I love saying that. Jojo Maman Bebe. There we go. That was in my pile. A Mallow's Beauty Pumpkin Spice Body Butter. Natalie buys a lot of the Mallow Beauty stuff. It is unused. It smells quite nice. Quite nice. A Fabulous Travel Curler. These always sell very well. And this time it came with replacement energy cells. There are 3 replacement energy cells in there, but I don't know if there's one in the curler. Yeah, there is, because as I turned it on, it gassed slightly. So there's 1 in the curler and 3 spare cells. That's a very good pickup. That's a very nice thing to have. But it's not as nice as this last thing. Remember, this pile was £8. If this last thing sells for what I hope it will sell for, I will go back to Steve and give him a little share. Because I saw this and I went, I think that is a... And I did a quick Google image search at the car boot sale and I was right. It is a Carol Boys stainless steel modernist water jug. And I will insert a screenshot here from Carol Boys' website. So this originally sold for £375. Now, it has been soldered. You can see there is some orange solder in there. So it has been soldered at some point. So the handle must have come off and a lot of the coating has worn away. It will be if I bought it now, I'd use it either for flowers or just as a decoration rather than putting water in it, because with no coating and rusty solder on the inside, it's not suitable for drinking out of anymore. But it is a stunning piece of modernist art. And as I said, original cost £375. There are several listed around the £200 mark. When I click on solds, I can see 158.23 in the States, 226.04 in the States, £160 in the UK, one there for £60, one there for £46. So if it only goes for around about the £46 mark, I will figure that I've done all right out of it. If it goes for over 100, then I'll be extremely pleased and I'll take Steve a little cut to say thank you for my bargain. That's it. That is the haul and all of the haul I have added to my pile of unlisted stock. I did drill through some of it this morning, but now I'm back up again. If you've seen anything in today's video that tickles your pickle, floats your boat, or takes your fancy, then my email address, as always, is in the description box below every video, and I'd be delighted to hear from you. And with all that said, I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye for now.